Hello, Pranam, Namaskar. I have had the utmost honor of sharing about my journey with music and sitar and riyaz with you all at different avenues, sometimes just through music, sometimes perhaps by sharing the wisdom of my gurus through under the name of art of sitar, and many times without a determined name. And it brings me great joy to see that it has reached a good number of people. Handful people have perhaps told me that they have been benefited by that. So I'm very grateful, and I will endo all credit to my gurus because I am just a conduit. These words I don't possess. This knowledge does not belong to me. I'm just one wave in this huge ocean, maybe one drop. That's better. And recently I invited you all to ask me some questions which perhaps I would have maybe a little bit more insight and some answers that would allow you to navigate your journey with music further. And I'm very grateful to all those who did ask me questions. And what I saw is that there are some reoccurring themes and questions. Most people have questions in regards to riyaz and many factors of riyaz, many dimensions of it. There were people who were asking about the instrument, where to procure one, how to get one. There were few people asking how to begin. Somebody asked about age being a factor and if they can still start if they're old. In some relative sense, in some reference to how it's usually perceived that people start young. There were people who were asking me about guru and is guru still a thing? Guru Shishya Parampara still practiced? Or some people were asking how to find one, and so on and so on. And each topic here requires a lot of discussion. But I can tell you that one topic among all of these, which is the main axis of everything, is riyaz. And that's also the most popular question because riyaz ties everything. Those who know, understand, they know riyaz is here with you. Everything guru, everything else, traditions, everything is outside. It only is a means to riyaz perhaps. Everything that you do with music is just a means to riyaz. Even if you have a desire of performing, it's a means to riyaz. Riyaz is primary. Most of the time, first of all, there's a point, we just got to a point that I would like to speak a little bit about. Everything is means to riyaz in music. Before I tell you what riyaz is, how to do it, we should allocate the right value to this thing, because our minds are such that if you know that this thing is precious, expensive, invaluable, you will treat it that way. So riyaz is everything that happens around you in music, or you think about music, should come back to riyaz and should add to riyaz, should become a reason for riyaz to grow. Riyaz should not be something as a means to. Everything should be like, okay, this happened, I must do more riyaz. Because this is happening, I should do more riyaz. All answers are riyaz. What society teaches us is that you do a thing to get a reward. In music, there can be several rewards, and there can be a hierarchy to them. First of all, you feel you're being creative. Okay, That's one thing that is innately a desire of our, how genetically we want to create, because everything is a creation. Then you think, okay, if I'm creating, I must share. So you want to perform, present before people. Then you would say, okay, if I have to do this so much, and if I'm really good at it, how about I make a living out of this? So you will do riyaz, and then you think, I must perform to get money. Money comes when there's people. So you want lots of fans, and then when they're fans, you have lots of power, and you have, then everything becomes important. And then you see, okay, riyaz becomes secondary. That should not be the case. If you're performing, you should think, okay, I have some motivation now, I must do more riyaz. That's how a true musician thinks. Okay, if 10,000 people are coming to listen, my mind is hooked to that idea. My ego is thinking about, okay, how much fun it will be, how much aggrandizing would it be to perform before 10,000 people and play it all right and good, so they are happy and I feel like I've accomplished something. So you would say, okay, my mind thinks like that, I must do riyaz. The point you make a separation between that thing which is about riyaz and mind makes you good at riyaz. It's an important point. I will repeat this once again. If you really want to do riyaz, and if you really want to do the real thing, full, wholesome, then you must create a distinction between that which wants to do riyaz and that which wants to use it. Okay? Because riyaz has to be something that comes to you very naturally, then you can do it. If it is so far away from you that, okay, this will happen, that's why I should do riyaz, you will not be motivated at step one. Create a distinction between a person, a persona which wants to survive and have resources and have all the love and have all the popularity and all that. Don't shun that. Don't disrespect that. That's fine. Now you see, witness, okay, one part of me is like this and I honor this. How can I use this motivation by doing riyaz, by bringing it to my riyaz? Okay, we have spoken, I think, a lot right now upon something that's very far away. Maybe you are somebody who just haven't even started and you want something, some very easy understanding of how to start, or what can I tell to everybody who is going to walk some steps or perhaps a long way on this path. I have come up with 7 chords. How many? 7. So 7 chords because there's 7 notes. If you are somebody who wants to do music, who thinks there's some sincere love about this art, or whatever you do, you want to do it nicely, I have broken it down into very easy 7 things you can remember on this path of music. Number 1 thing, love your instrument. And this is before riyaz, and this is all about riyaz. Even if you're a singer, honor what God has given you. Love it. Don't ever say, oh, I don't have a good voice. That's challenging creation. All voices are good. Irrespective of what you hear so much outside, or what plays in the Bollywood or in the movies or anywhere, that should not color your judgment of voice. All voices are good. So if you're a singer, respect and love your instrument, your voice. If you're a sitar player, or hence somebody embarking on this, respect your instrument. Flute player, respect your instrument. Tabla player, respect your instrument. Treat it with love. Keep it at a good spot. Treat it with how you would treat something which has the power to create beauty. which has beauty invested in it, vested in it. It's a godly thing, so treat it like God. A good musician is somebody who, wherever sees an instrument, knows that this is a temple of music. Your riyaz place, your place where you keep your instrument, should become a shrine of music. Number one code: love your instrument. And by loving your instrument, you will understand how to love something which is perhaps a thing, but you, just by living, start seeing life in it, start seeing soul in it. The moment that shift happens, when you know that this is alive, you have entered a space beyond this materialness, the space of art and creativity. Music starts there. So second code is respect your guru. Love your instrument, but respect your guru. This art form cannot be learned ever, regardless of how many books you read, how smart you are, how many videos you want to watch. Regardless of any given factor, you cannot learn this unless you don't have a guru. You will know when you find your guru. You will know if a dolphin is your guru, if a dog is your guru, if a human is your guru, if a star is your guru, if a breeze is your guru. You will know it. But you will need a guru. Idea is that we human beings, I have become like this by watching people. We all become whatever we are by watching, by witnessing so much of what happens around. We start to become that. And we tend to not become something which we don't like. If we have eyes which have a judgment, and judgment says not good, aversion, you don't become that. If you see somebody really yelling, not happy, you'll say, I don't want to be this. If you see somebody very kind, you become that person. And so on. If you see somebody really rich, you want to become like that. That's fine. Similarly, if you are around a guru, a living person who embodies the virtues this art requires, it's easier for your mind to instantly become like that. It's easier for you, without even you trying, start embodying those virtues yourself. So respect your guru. I think idea of respect is little bit not understood well. Respect does not mean following very traditional ways of salutations. I don't mean that you just go and bow down and lie on the floor and wash the feet. No. Respect generally means what? Respect for a guru means that you value what's inside that person so much that the container of, or the medium of that, is also part of that, is also understood. You understand that this is your future self. In the guru, if you can see your future self to a degree, you will have respect for yourself. If you have an account in a bank, let me give you an example. Let's say you have an account in State Bank of India, or if you're a Canadian, Scotia Bank. You go to bank. You go to bank so often because you like the bank, because you have some kind of love for the building, or you like the teller there, perhaps. But you go there because you have an investment there. You go there because there's something in that bank or bank can offer which you need, which is very important for you. Similarly, Guru is the bank of knowledge. Guru is the bank of experience. Guru is the dispenser of your destiny in your art form through becoming a medium through which God acts. So respect your Guru. Now we'll move on to the third code. And I'm elaborating on this specifically because I'm doing it once. I have found that this has been missing in Indian classical music. A well-stated code that becomes your guiding principle throughout, my humble attempt. So I will make sure that today, 500 years from now, if they're worth it, you have full understanding and clarity of what I am saying, what this tradition is about. Third code, Riyaz. Your Riyaz is a sacred meditation. The word Riyaz, Riyazat, austerity, hard work under a spiritual attitude. That's Riyaz. Treat Riyaz like a sacred meditation. Sacred means which doesn't have to do with anything here. Sacred is a rare occurrence not in this, in the astral plane, not in the causal plane. Something that happens in the astral plane or something beyond these dimensions, that somehow lands over you. That is sacred. That part of the astral which is still somehow accessible to you, even for a moment, sometimes, that's sacred. It has nothing to do with anything here. If you treat Riyaz like your meditation, which means it's your solo journey within yourself, about yourself, then that is where you actually will start seeing that all the rest of the things are also true. Because it's going to be your innate experience. The wisdom will rise in you through Riyaz. The more you will walk, we can talk this all day, but if you will walk, if I'll keep telling you, if you go 50 yards from here, there's this beautiful mountain or there's this beautiful flower, you will always doubt it until you don't walk it and see it. So Riyaz is important, but Riyaz done with a good intent, with a pure intent. Fifth, be kind and gentle. This sounds like a general ordinary principle, but it is so important in music because you're dealing with something which is so here, somewhere, we don't know. I can tell you if there's a little strand of a spider web here. I can tell you that. I can see it. You might not see it from there because it's so small. It's not invisible for you. I have a proximity to it which allows me to see it. You don't. Similarly, you see music when you're really very close. How close? It's inside you. You see it inside you. Meaning thereby, it is so slender, so sparse, so something of not really material. And if you're harsh with it, you will destroy it before it's created. You have to become something which can respect it and not disturb it. You can enter the chamber of music within you, silence, without disturbing the silence. Be gentle and kind to that aspect at least. What happens in the world if you're a warrior and if you have to fight and all that is fine. The moment you understand what music is, you become that energy yourself. So be kind, be gentle. Don't be egotistical about who you are. If you become a great artist or if you think that this is something very extraordinary, that makes you overvalue yourself. That binds you to an identity of being superior. Don't be that. Never be that. So be kind and be gentle means you don't actually think that you're superior because you are doing something very sacred. Because that's one of the biggest counterintuitive thing you can do. So save yourself from that. And the next point, which is also about this, keep yourself aligned to the truth. Keep yourself aligned. I mean, keep yourself. I know there will be occasions when you're thinking this, but you're going this way, that way, away, further away from what it means. Till yesterday you were like, I'm going to do lots of Riyaz because it's beautiful and it's the best thing. suddenly somebody says, okay, sell us your artisticness and this and that, and just become somebody who does not honor Riyaz as much, and then you say, okay, yes, 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 and then you come back home and say, oh, maybe that's not right. So what do? You realign yourself. The path is very windy. It's never straight. Music is all about this movement. Realigning. You pull a mean out of tune, you readjust it. You're always fixing mistakes in music. As you become really good at really hiding your mistakes or quickly fixing them, you become good at music. There's no perfection actually in music, but it is how finally you can quickly fix all the mistakes, because every step sounds like mistakes, feels like mistake. But the masters, they do it without you even knowing. That's all. And that actually also translates to this, that in life, be aligned to that. My journey is of sacredness and purity, and this sound which becomes available to me only if I am clean inside. Otherwise I lose sight of it. And if you lose, you turn back, focus, come back to it. And last but not the least, and one of the most important, most practical, everyday thing, that is listen profoundly. These are the gates through which first of music enters, from here. If we think medium of music is sound, it enters through here. But you have to understand that there's more music than what you see at the first layer of it. Anybody can go to the first layer, but if your journey is about becoming closer to music, you want to learn it, you must see beyond first layer, second layer, third layer, when there's no sound but music is still there. You have to see it into the void of the silence, becoming one with that. So listen very profoundly. Develop a power, your sensitivity to the depth in the sound and in the music. Focused listening. Not just listen to music. Listen to the people talking, listen to the sound of the wind, listen to the waves, listen to the silence. See if you can really find silence. Most time people, when they really find silence for the first time, it's usually not in a quiet room. Anybody who has an encounter with silence, real silence, that's usually in the noise. So go there. Hence, these are 7 codes for somebody who wants to embark on the journey of Riyaz as a musician, maybe specifically Indian classical music, but these codes are not limited to that. And I would once again read the list to you. The code for the path of Riyaz, for the way of Riyaz, as follows. Love your instrument. Respect your guru. Treat your Riyaz as sacred meditation. Be kind and gentle. Understand the way. That's perhaps one thing I missed, but that's because all of these things which I have explained, if you know that, you understand it. Keep yourself aligned to the truth and listen profoundly. Thank you.